What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. I um I'm hooked. I have been bitten by the card show bug. I attended my first ever like legitimate card show this weekend at the Dallas Card Show. I drove up Thursday night, worked from the hotel on Friday because I work remote. Worked from the hotel Friday, went to the show Friday afternoon, and stayed there until just right until about it closed, and then I had to drive back Saturday morning because I had some other stuff going on here. But as I'm coming back, today's Sunday, or today's Saturday. I'm already gonna book my room for the next show because I definitely want to be there for the full event, for Friday, at least Friday, Saturday, Friday, but all day Friday, all day Saturday. So that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, amazing time experience. Again, being my first show ever. And also meeting a few of you. Those of you that said hi, I was just super excited to meet all of you. And I got some, I got some gifts from my man Brian Basketballs, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. And then, just got to meet a handful of you and see a handful of, shake some hands and all that stuff, and tell you guys thank you personally for all the support and all that stuff. So that was super dope. Met a couple of guys that are going to do a show here in Houston. So as I get more information and as I get in contact with those guys, we'll do, I'm going to do some just promoting for them because I really want that kind of level of show to be here in Houston as well. So, but I mean, just an amazing experience. One of the things that kind of really caught my attention was the amount of it's like when you walk into one of those things, it's like a complete buzz. There's like so much like energy in that place. And I was there on Friday, and from what I heard from the people that I talked to, Friday is cool, but Saturday it's like electric in there, which is kind of why I want to go back to the next one. I'm already booking it for sure because like I want to be in the middle of that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of fun. What's funny is that because it's my first time there, I didn't know like anything, right? And I was by myself, so I didn't know, I wasn't there with anybody that knew kind of what the deal was. And so when I first got there, as I was coming off the elevator from the parking garage, I went in, I paid my, it was like $10 or something like that. I got my wristband, and those of you that were there, you kind of know what I'm talking about. As you get your wristband and as you walk in, right away there's a double doors to a room that I walked into. I was like, oh, this is it. Let me grab my wristband. There's the door right there. Let me walk in and let me go to the Dallas Card Show. And I walk in, and it was a pretty good sized room, but it was, I don't know, I had this like thing built up in my head of what this was going to be from the pictures that I've seen and things like that. But the room seemed really small, and I was like, man, this is a really small room. What is going on here? Is this it? Like, did I really drive 4 hours, spend a couple of nights in a hotel just to be in this like little room? And I'm kind of looking around, and I'm like, hey, man, it is what it is. I didn't know. This is an experience. This is why I came. I wanted to check it out. Now I know, this, that, and other. So completely disappointed and very like underwhelming when I first got in there. But with enthusiasm, I went and I walked up to the tables. I bought a couple of things. We'll go over that stuff in a few minutes. And I made my way through kind of all the tables, and really I'm looking for basketball. So, you can look at the cases and kind of eyeball and see if there's anything good. I am not the dollar raw card flipper. Like I can't, there was people that literally were like stationed up and like flipping through the raw cards and stuff, and they had checkbooks and they were like trying to complete sets and all that stuff, and that's dope. If you do that, then that's amazing, but I'm just not that guy. And so as I was kind of going through, I had kind of worked through just about the entire room within like 15 or 20 minutes, right? And so I said, okay, well, I'll make my way out. There's the exit. Let me go make my way out. So, uh, I walk out, and in front of me, there's like this directory that I didn't see when I had first walked in, but there was a directory there. And so I was like, okay, cool. We're going to, there's a directory, I guess. And I looked at the directory, and when I saw the directory said that, well, if you go out to the left and go around the restaurant, there's two more smaller rooms. There's two more rooms. So I was like, oh, well, let me go check those rooms out. Sure enough, I go around the corner. There's like a big bouncy house. They got a couple tables there. I went and checked those tables out. But then I went to the rooms, what was listed as the smaller rooms, and they're about the same size. So once again, I walked through. I actually did pick up a few things in one of the rooms. I walked through the other room. It took me maybe about 10 minutes to walk through the side rooms. And as I was coming out of one of those side rooms, I looked to my right, and I was like, is that where I came in through? I think that's where I came in through. I think that's the first room that I went to. Let me go in through there because I know that that's right next to the exit so I can go home. Mind you, I had spent maybe a total of 30 to 40 minutes there so far. I walk into that room, which now I know was the main hallway, the main exhibit room, which I had no idea. And I'm thinking it's the same room that I walked into from the beginning. And just this sea of tables and people just like opens up to me. And I'm like, oh, this is the card show. And I'm just like completely overwhelmed with everything that was there. And I was like, let the games begin. Because this is what I thought I was here for. And from then it was just amazing. That's where I, met a lot of you that came up and said hi. Shout out to my man Brian Basketball. Shout out to my man Merlin. A couple of you, with your kids there, and your dads with their kids coming up and saying hi, telling me how you guys watch the videos together, which I can't even begin to tell you guys how much that warms my heart. And I'm not saying that like in a sarcastic way. Like that's the kind of stuff that'll legitimately bring a tear to your eye, as somebody who does content, because I love my kids. I love doing things with my kids. And the fact that you guys are hanging out with your kids, watching my videos, it's crazy. But I'm very grateful for that. And just the dealers, a couple of the dealers that I met, that were telling me, how much they enjoy watching the videos and stuff. I can't thank you guys enough. There's, a handful of you. I, wish I remembered names and stuff like that. But, again, just, it was amazing. I picked up a lot of cool stuff. And so, it was a blast. And I want to encourage you, if you have not gone to a relatively large card show, and you're watching my videos, I encourage you to find a local one, or find a larger one that's in your area that happens quite a bit. Reach out to some of the people on Instagram and YouTube or whatever, and try to find out where the big shows are, because it is definitely fun to go and to be there. The energy is amazing. The people are amazing. I think I sat there and talked basketball with, at least 3 out of the 4 people that I would stop and talk to. We were just talking about basketball. I had on a Hakeem Olajuwon Rockets shirt. And so just from that, people were like, oh, you love the Rockets, and from there, just conversations and stuff. A blast, an absolute blast. Highly recommend you guys going to one. If you can make it to the Dallas Card Show one, I can personally tell you that it's definitely worth it. So yeah, let's get into what I picked up. So I want to kind of go over this first, because this is a gift, again, from my man Brian Basketballs, who dropped me off a handful of stuff of Vlade Divac. I think this is the bazooka. No, this is a Fleer. He did give me a Bazooka Joe. This is kind of the dopest one. Upper Deck SP, Hakeem Olajuwon, Race to the Playoffs, and then just a couple of base ones that I have that will definitely go into the box, or into my folder. But Electric Court, that's pretty dope. He knows I'm a big Robert Horry fan. From the Roof, Tops from the Roof, Robert Horry. I mean, just some awesome stuff. This one I didn't have, which is kind of dope. And then some Jason Williams, White Chocolate. Love that dude, man. And just some bass stuff, man. So I was really, really, really excited for that. Also, a couple other things. Let me see, because this is probably a mix of what Brian gave me, as well as as well as some other stuff in here. So Chris Webber. Yeah, so here, let's do this. Put those to the side real quick. So Steve Francis. I was trying to say Stevie Franchise. Steve Francis, some more Elijah, a Grant Hill, Top Stadium Club. That's pretty dope. Some more Jason Williams. This 90 Fine. I did not have this. I had no idea what this. I didn't even know that existed. And a couple of Mike Bibby cards and a Chris Webber. Just some good old 90s stuff, man. So big shout out to my man Brian Basketballs. I appreciate you, man. Much love. Picked up a Jalen Green press proof rated rookie, and then a press proof Trae Young rated rookie numbered to 349. I got a great deal on both of these. I bought both of these from the same vendor. And just to kind of give you guys an idea of the community there. The gentleman that sold me this card, I didn't get his name, and I regret not getting it, but we had made a deal, and he couldn't break one of the $20 bills. He was supposed to give me back $10 in change. He gives me the 20 back, and he goes, "Hey man, whenever you get change, just come back and pay me the $10." I was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah. Don't worry about it. Just go get some change, and before the weekend's over, come back and pay me." Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like owing people money, so I was hunting another deal just to break that 20 to go give that man his money. But that's just the kind of community that we're talking about at these shows. Now, not everybody's like that. I don't want you guys to get the wrong opinion or the wrong impression, but this guy was, and I that blew my mind. So that was pretty dope. But anyway, so those are pretty dope. I wanted to get this because I don't have any numbered Trae Young rookie stuff, so that was pretty dope. I picked up these two again from the same vendor. Penny Hardaway, EX, and then a trade card. So I think this is the one that you have to mail in for. Shaquille O'Neal rookie card. So both of those were pretty dope. I paid right about comps for both of these, maybe a little bit less, but this was the first card that I bought at the first show that I've ever been at as a collector. So this is definitely going to go off to SGC and get slabbed. I will never sell this card ever. I know it's not a very expensive card. I know it's not worth a lot of money, but it means something to me because this is the first card I ever bought at a card show. We'll talk about that one in a second. Picked up this slab for dirt cheap. I mean, I couldn't have, I think I paid $10 for it actually. Dennis Schroeder, you guys know the Rockets just picked him up. He's doing pretty well with my Rockets. Not one, not two, but three Luka Doncic rookie stickers. If you guys have been following the channel for a while, you know that I've sent off at least 4 of those. The amount of money that I have spent so far on grading the ones that I pulled is actually more than what I paid for these 3 9.5s. So one dealer had 3 of them. I bought all 3, and I was pretty pumped about that. And then to me, the biggest piece that I got was this first year Prism, Hakeem Olajuwon Prism. We call them silvers now, but back then they were called Prisms. PSA 8. Obviously the centering is what did this one in, right? I am still going to probably break this out of the slab and send it off to SGC to put it in a tuxedo. I actually paid less for this PSA 8 than I would have paid for a raw one that I had been trying to hunt down. And a couple of times that I've tried to make a deal for this particular card that it just didn't go through, it didn't happen, or whatever the case may be. At the time that I was going to pay the raw price, I actually got this graded one for less. So pretty excited about that. But a couple of things that came in from the mailbox. You guys know I've been chasing. That's another cool thing about going to these shows is that like you can kind of tell people about who you're chasing. And I was telling people about Alpi. And they were like, who? And then, a couple of guys actually like looked up stats while they were standing there, and they were like, oh snap, this kid's actually pretty good. And they're like, yeah, that's actually pretty good, man. We're gonna start taking a look at this guy. And so I might have turned on a couple people to Shingun. But I did make some purchases while I was on eBay, kind of scouring eBay and stuff. I don't know what this is. We're about to find out. Oh, okay. This is another Shingun. This is gonna be, if I'm not mistaken, this is part of. You can only get this card in the box set. I think no, the box set's to 199. This is to 149. Okay, so this is just a parallel to 149, and then I got another base Shingun, rated rookie. So that's pretty dope there. Let's see what this is, and then this is another one. Okay, this is gonna be press proof to 199. So that one's pretty dope too. Purple press proof to 199. Not to be confused with the regular press proof. So anyway, that's it. Good stuff, man. I just, again, I can't tell you guys how much of a blast I had. I can't tell you guys how much I enjoyed meeting those of you that I met. And, you know, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. So thank you guys so much for watching, as always. Appreciate it. Hit the links in the descriptions for all the sponsors and all that good stuff. Love you. Peace.